The Cape League All-Star break looms, but first, it's Game 28. From Veterans Field in Chatham, Massachusetts, it's Chatham A's baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Tonight, the A's, back in 5th place in the East Division, host the Brewster Whitecaps at Veterans Field with Hudson Ridley. I'm Jake Klein. Hudson Chatham got into a tie for 4th place heading into last night's game and then fell flat here at Veterans Field against Hyannis.
And of all teams to fall flat against, Hyannis coming into that game was 1-8-1 in its last 10. They carried a 5-game losing streak in which it was incredibly dysfunctional, all new players, and yet last night the Harbor Hawks put up 8 runs on just 3 hits. A lot of pitching miscues were to fault for that one.
I'll talk to Dennis Cook about some of those pitching miscues, plus a lot about the whole state of the Cape Cod League and summer baseball. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss what Dennis Cook has to say here on the Anglers Extra pregame show. We'll get you that in just a couple of minutes. Later on, Hudson will chat with Mason Bixby, one of the A's relievers tonight. And we've got a whole lot more for you coming up. It is the Chatham A's against the Brewster Whitecaps, a pivotal East Division matchup, and we've got it for you right here. A's and Whitecaps are coming up. It's the Anglers Extra pregame show straight ahead.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on TRC.
Chatham Bars Inn is Cape Cod's premier 4-diamond oceanfront resort. With 217 luxurious rooms, guests have access to numerous amenities, including a private beach, complimentary children's programs, 4 award-winning restaurants, a new world-class spa, an outdoor pool, and tennis courts. Year after year, Chatham Bars Inn is recognized as one of the top resorts in the world. Chatham Bars Inn and Cape Cod Baseball. Summer fun for the whole family.
Welcome back on the Anglers Extra pregame show. Almost time for game 28 of the Cape League season. Chatham hosts Brewster tonight at Veterans Field. And it's time once again for the Manager's Show with the Chatham skipper, Dennis Cook. I'm Jake Klein. Dennis, you fall last night 8-1 to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. What were your takeaways?
Didn't pitch good at all. We gave up 3 hits and gave up 8 runs between the walks and hit batsmen. Just was a sloppy pitched game, 3 errors, too many errors, didn't play good defense, didn't pitch. Not going to win many games like that.
Also, just the 1 run on the Daniel Jackson solo shot. What's the difference from that game versus the prior night in Orleans when you went for 8?
That's a good question. We just didn't hit the ball yesterday. I think they walked us twice, so that's part of the difference. They pitched a lot better than we did. Just didn't hit. I mean, sometimes there's no explanation. They just didn't hit.
It seems like there's been nights where the offense has been contagious and others where it's been almost none to speak of. Are there any observations you've made between the differences in those 2 types of games you've had?
No, I mean, sometimes you can attribute it to really good pitching, but I thought their pitching was okay last night. The kid mixed well, but I just thought we were going through the motions a little bit last night.
Chatting with Dennis Cook before the A's take on the Brewster Whitecaps at Veterans Field. Dennis, you go to Duke Stone tonight. He makes his 2nd Cape League start after he went 5 innings and allowed 1 hit last time out. What do you expect from him tonight?
Hopefully Duke will build on his good start last time at YD and get deep into the game like he did last time and just throw a lot of strikes and keep us competitive and give us a chance to win the game.
What stands out about him as a pitcher?
Duke has gotten better since he's been here. He's worked hard. He's waited for his opportunity. He's got his opportunity, and now he's kicking the door in. So I'm just really excited for him, and a lot of strikes, and just I'm excited to watch him work tonight.
What are some of the things you and Jay Powell have worked with Duke on?
Jay's the one that's been working with Duke, so you'd have to ask Jay.
You've made a couple of roster moves in the last couple of days. You add Christopher Langley to the roster, right-hander from Tyler Junior College. How'd you go about adding him to the team?
He's one of Doe's boys, and Doe says he can pitch. He's a fastball, breaking ball kid, and he'll compete. So he throws strikes, and that's all we're looking for.
What does the process look like between you and the other coaches trying to sort out who might be coming in the coming days?
Yeah, we just, we get on the phones and we start calling and sending texts and try to find players. it becomes more of an administrative job than a baseball job. And, you know, I'm not real sure that's what this league is supposed to be about. You know, we're supposed to be able to coach these kids and make them better. I feel like, for the most part, we're spending more time on the telephone trying to get players in here. So hopefully the league can, you know, figure out something with that and make it where we can coach baseball and not have to get on the phone all day.
How would you assess the state of the Cape Cod Baseball League now versus what you may have heard about in years or decades past?
Well, I think that the kids are obviously different. They're all leaving, which is not a good thing, because when a kid makes a commitment, we as grown-ups should make them honor a commitment. And because once you start walking out on commitments, it's the first time you do it, the second time is even easier. And you know, these guys they show up, and then they'll show up one day at the ballpark, say, hey, I'm leaving. And it's just, to me, it's disrespectful, and it's not the way you should handle your business.
How do you prevent a kid from making a decision that way?
Well, you know, we tried to draft our team where, you know, kids with low innings, pitching-wise, low innings, and, you know, keep our position players to a minimal so they're playing every day. And, you know, we got guys leaving that have 20 innings on the year, which whoever's telling them, giving them that advice is giving them poor advice. And if it's an agent, they should fire their agent.
If you were to do it over again, would you do it the same way, building the roster?
Yeah, I think that's really the only way you can build it, you know, because you can't bring kids in here with 40 innings and expect them, or 50 or 60 innings and expect them to stay all summer. So you have to get the kids, you know what you got to get? You got to get kids that really want to come in here and work and get better and play baseball, not miss their girlfriend and decide they want to go to the beach at the end of July.
So how do you find those players?
You just got to put your nose down and start working hard, and, you know, do a little more research on the kids and talk to the coaches, you know, and find out where they played the previous summer. Did they, you know, run out in the middle of July, or did they stay to the end? And pick those kind of kids.
There's Dennis Cook on the Manager's Show. Chatham and Brewster coming up in just a couple of moments. Dennis, thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Back to Hudson Ridley for the rest of the Anglers Extra pregame show.
Thank you very much, Jake. Very insightful. Some of the most interesting stuff from Dennis Cook on the Manager's Show this year about roster construction, the changes to that, and guys leaving. Not many days left for Mason Bixby, the reliever. I talked to him on the other side about his experience in Chatham next on the Anglers Extra pregame.
Anglers Extra. Chatham on TRC. Cape Cod.
Sweet Tomatoes Pizza, located right around the corner from Veterans Field at 790 Main Street in Chatham. Pick up a pie on your way to the game, or grab a calzone before first pitch. The dough for their specialty pizza is rolled right before your eyes. Eat in or take out, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and sometimes later. Call 508-348-0200. See their full menu online at sweettomatoescapecod.com. Sweet Tomatoes, a Chatham pregame tradition.
Welcome back into the Anglers Extra pregame show at Veterans Field ahead of game 28 on the Cape League season. The A's at home hosting Brewster. And ahead of game 28, we have our catch of the day with Mason Bixby. I'm Hudson Ridley. Mason, right-handed pitcher, now at Oklahoma at this point. What went into the decision to transfer? You went from TCU to Oklahoma. Why?
Just wanted a new start and a new chapter to be open, and I feel like I got that. Skip's an awesome dude. Got that pretty good experience. He came down here a couple weeks ago. Got to talk to him. I got a couple guys here that are on OU, so got to talk to them, and it was just a perfect fit, so I wanted to do that.
What'd you talk with the guys on OU?
Just the facilities, kind of a day life, what we do, how fall balls run, kind of how workout is, how school is, how Oklahoma is. So yeah, they all loved it, so I think I'd be a pretty good fit for it.
What'd you like from what you heard from them?
I just like how it was ran, like how the fall is run, like how workouts time they are, kind of everything's around your own schedule and around classes. So I feel like that's a pretty good fit. It's kind of like minor league baseball.
In a way, does this feel like doing minor league baseball?
It is. This is pretty close to it.
What would you say are some of the parallels from what you've seen from the minor leagues and what you're experiencing now?
Well, I feel like are we talking about summer ball?
Oh, it's summer ball or being at Oklahoma, but mostly summer ball.
I feel like summer ball this is like minor league baseball. Like you don't class, you're just working out and playing baseball. So I mean, it's very similar.
What has been your favorite part about not having to do class and playing baseball?
I feel like spending time with all the guys. We get really close. I mean, after here, usually whenever we have the next day off, like we'll have tomorrow off, we'll usually all get together and hang out, so it's a good time.
Who have you grown the closest with in your time on the team?
I'm definitely going to say pitchers, probably Tanner. Tanner's a good guy to be around. But other than that, I mean, the pitching group merges really well together, so we all kind of get along really well. But yeah.
Oklahoma pitcher Cam Johnson is well on that staff. With your right arm and his left arm, you guys are both fireballers. What kind of combo are you getting at Oklahoma with that?
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty crazy because where his arm slot is, I mean, lefty from like 3/4 slot throwing almost 100, and then kind of righty over the top. It's going to be pretty deadly.
Certainly could be, and it's been a good use for Chatham so far as we've hit game 28 on the Cape League season. You don't have much time left at this point. What will you remember from your time in Chatham?
Just the group. I mean, you're going to remember guys, and you're going to see them later because most of these guys are Division I, so you're going to see them later down the line, and you're going to smile whenever you see them.
When you see these guys here, what do you write down, notes about these guys, maybe mental notes to carry into your matchups against them when you do face them in SEC play?
Yeah, I feel like everybody's a good hitter here. You're going to have to be careful with them, but I mean, you do see them hit every single day, so you kind of do get some pointers on what not to throw and what to throw.
Speaking of pointers, you've gotten to work with two former major leaguers in Dennis Cook and Jay Powell. What has that relationship been?
Really good. Two really positive guys. They help a lot, especially with pitch grips and just kind of just day-to-day stuff. Always saying positive, uplifting, so it's been really fun.
In terms of pitch grips, what have they taught you specifically?
We've been working on changeup grip because at TCU I didn't really have one, just kind of big fastball slider kind of guy, and we've really worked on changeup here.
So how do you think adding that changeup will help?
Really good, because with that it's basically splitting the plate into thirds, so it just kind of really helps get the pitcher's eye off that fastball and slider.
You plan to maybe go tonight. If you were to go tonight, what would you focus on in really one of your last appearances in Chatham?
Really, just if you get strike one, it makes your life a lot easier. So working off strike one and then working off speed from there, it makes your life a lot easier.
And then tonight, it's the first time you've worn these Cape Cod red jerseys with the camo script across the front. What do you like about this jersey selection?
They're different. We've been wearing a lot of blue, so a lot of blue and white. So red is a good change. And the hats are the camo.
When you saw other teams wearing them, was there a discussion amongst the guys that they can't wait to wear these?
Yeah, there was. I mean, because this is our first Friday home game, so we've been waiting all summer to wear them.
Friday home game today. 2 more Friday home games in the 2 weeks to come. But thank you very much for joining.
Thank you.
All right, that was Mason Bixby. That was Catch of the Day. And now back to Jake Klein with the rest of your Anglers Extra pregame show. Jake?
All right, Hudson. We are just a couple of minutes away from first pitch between Chatham and Brewster, separated by 6 points, 3 games in the East Division standings. It is the 5th place A's and the 2nd place Whitecaps coming up in just a couple of moments. Stay with us.
Anglers Extra. Chatham on TIC. Cape Cod.
Year after year, Cape Cod League Baseball and Chatham Bars Inn have been synonymous with summer on Cape Cod. The inn has offered clam bakes, beachside barbecues, and oceanfront dining since 1914. The new Beach House restaurant at Chatham Bars Inn is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Visit Chatham Bars Inn at www.chathambarsin.com. Chatham Bars Inn and Cape Cod Baseball. Summer fun for the whole family.
Chatham A's baseball is on the air right now.
Swings and hits one to left center field. Back goes McFadden. He will not get there. It's a home run. A grand slam for Todd Frazier.
Chugging into second base with an RBI double is Evan Longoria. He is 4 for 4.
Hit on the ground, left side. Will it get through? Off Crawford and into center field. Federovic scores and Chatham wins it in 11. The game-winning hit from Seager. It's a 5-4 Chatham winner.
And now, with your play-by-play, Jake Klein and Hudson Ridley.
Chatham and Brewster coming up from Veterans Field in just over 5 minutes. And before we get closer to first pitch, Hudson Ridley has your lineups presented by Chatham Clothing Bar.
Sure do, Jake. It's Adam Magpock, the left fielder, to lead it off for Brewster, followed by Brendan Lawson, the third baseman, and Cal Fisher. That's the top three of the order for the Whitecaps. Then it's Alex Sosa in the designated hitter spot. He bats cleanup, with Dalton Wentz, the second baseman, in the 5-hole. Colin Priest bats 6th, with Ryan Martin batting 7th. Jacob Gerald makes his first start tonight for Brewster in the 8th spot, the catcher for Clemson. And then Scott Newman rounds out the order in center field for the visiting Whitecaps. On the other side for the A's, Jackson Freeman, who's become the usual leadoff man in the last few games for the A's, begins the day in center field. He bats first. Daniel Jackson, the designated hitter, in the 2-hole, with Chase Fralick moving up in the order to the 3 spot. Roman Martin bats cleanup. He makes the start at 3rd. Ashton Larson in right field. He bats 5th. Isaiah Lane, the shortstop, in the 6th spot. He's moved up 1 from where he usually bats in the 7-hole. That spot is accompanied by Jake Hanley. He bats 7th and plays left field. Gavin Gallagher, the second baseman, bats 8th, with Noah Miller rounding out the order. He hits 9th. Jake, you have our pitching matchup presented by the Red Nun Bar and Grill.
For Chatham, it is the right-hander, 6'5", 225-pound Mississippi State sophomore-to-be, Duke Stone. He makes his 7th appearance and 2nd start of the year, 1-0 in just 11 2/3 innings with a 2.31 ERA. He goes against James DeCramer, right-hander, headed to Arkansas for Brewster, 6'2", 205 pounds, makes his 3rd appearance and 2nd start, a 1.35 ERA in 6.2 innings. All right, time for the national anthem at Veterans Field, and for that, I'll toss it over to the public address announcer, Peter Burns.
Please rise for tonight's national anthem. Anna Lopes is singing tonight's national anthem. A rising 8th grader at Monomoy Regional High School, Anna likes singing, theater, and art. With tonight's national anthem, Anna Lopes.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much to Anna Lopes.
So there's the national anthem at Veterans Field. It is the 5th place Chatham A's, 11-13-3 with 25 points, taking on the 2nd place Brewster Whitecaps, 15-11-1 with 31 points. Chatham enters the night a point out of the playoff picture, chasing Orleans in 4th with 26 points. And the A's are just 2 games out of 3rd. Harwich occupies that spot with 27 points. Tomorrow, the Cape League All-Star Game, but first, the 28th game of the Cape League regular season. And the A's play their first Friday night home game of the season, which means the Cape League Red Shirt Friday red jerseys. A's have the black caps with the Cape Cod Baseball League logo on the front in digital camo. They've got the red jerseys with the Digicamo Cape Cod scripted across the chest, Digicamo numbers on the front below that script and on the back, and the solid white pants for Chatham tonight. Brewster in its road look. They've got the navy blue hats with the seafoam green B and the navy blue wave logo on the front. They've got the seafoam green jerseys. Brewster in blue across the front, white numbers on the front and the back, and even on the road, the Whitecaps go with the white pants with the navy blue pinstripes. The right-hander Duke Stone has begun to throw his warm-up pitches on the hill for Chatham. He makes his second start of the year. His first came just last week on Sunday when the A's visited the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox at Red Wilson Field. And Hudson, Duke Stone was fantastic. 5 innings and just 1 hit allowed in a 7-2 Angler win.
He certainly was, and he was the first in a long line of bullpen guys that would come out and make kind of unexpected starts. You could kind of say Austin Breedlove a few games before was pressed into service in a similar situation, but he's the only one that stuck around and is now likely to be a consistent starter because of what he tossed in that game. It wasn't until the 5th that he allowed that first hit of the ball game for YD, a team that had been stellar on offense all season long. What we saw from him in that game was highly impressive and frankly was a little unlikely based on his previous outings out of the bullpen. He was solid, but nothing compared to what he did when he started against YD on Sunday.
He carries a 1-0 record and a 2.31 ERA in just over 11 innings on the summer. He has struck out 14 opposing hitters and walked only 2. So Duke Stone makes his second start. Dennis Cook said pre-game that Duke has gotten better over the course of this summer already, which he also noted is not the case for all of the players who have come through Chatham in 2025. But he credited Jay Powell, the A's pitching coach, and of course a Mississippi State guy, for working with the Bulldog Duke Stone before he enters his sophomore season. Chatham and Brewster are coming up. Adam Magpock, left-handed hitting left fielder from Boston College, leads off for the Whitecaps. He's followed by Brendan Lawson and Cal Fisher. It's lefty, lefty, righty to start it off for Brewster against the right-hander. Stone ready, brings his glove over his face, winds up first pitch to Magpock in the dirt, 1-0. 73 degrees and clear in Chatham. Puffy white clouds streaking overhead and a bright blue sky at Veterans Field. It is 7:02. The 1-0. Breaking ball popped up, shallow center field. Jackson Freeman sprints into a jog. He loses his hat but makes the catch. 1 gone on the second pitch of the game. Mentioned that first pitch at 7:02. And again, 72 degrees in Chatham, time and temperature presented by the Chatham Athletic Association. So with 1 gone, Brendan Lawson steps to the plate, and we'll get you the Chatham defensive alignment presented by Short and Sweet Ice Cream. Jake Hanley plays left, Jackson Freeman in center, Ashton Larson in right. Rest coming up, first the 1-0, or rather the first pitch is cut on and missed. Now it is 0-1 on Lawson. Rest of the Chatham defensive alignment, Roman Martin plays third, Isaiah Lane at short, Gavin Gallagher plays second, and Chase Freilich first. Noah Miller does the catching for Duke Stone. Lawson stepped out of the left-handed box, took off his clear glasses, shook them out, now steps back in. Stone's 0-1 in the dirt. Breaking ball bounces at 86 miles an hour just in front of the plate, a ball and a strike. Lawson again steps out of the box, again takes the glasses off, and this time is walking toward the Brewster dugout. Jamie Shevchek, the Whitecap skipper, just walked down into the dugout, and he's emerged with a white Gatorade-branded towel for Lawson, who's now wiping down the glasses.
Dennis Cook in the Chatham dugout yelled out, "What is this guy doing?" Trying to understand what's going on. It was back-to-back pitches where Lawson had to step out and adjust something with the glasses. And there's no fog here at Veterans Field, I guess, except on his lenses.
White Oakleys for Lawson, but the clear, presumably prescription lenses. Back in the 1-1. Fastball called a strike, outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. Umpires for today's game, Tony Letizio calls the balls and strikes. Jeff Kinney on the right side, Joe Labella on the left side. Those presented by Chatham Paint and Hardware. Right-hander Stone winds the 1-2. Upstairs with a fastball at 92 miles an hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Brendan Lawson. Right-hander looks in. Lawson brings his hands up above his navy blue helmet. 2-2. Outside, and Stone works a full count. Chatham 8-1 losers here at Veterans Field last night. Now the 3-2 pitch. Popped foul in the air, left side and out of play. Tonight marks the first time all summer that the A's have played consecutive home games on consecutive days. There have been 2 consecutive home games, but they've had an off day in between whenever that's occurred. Another 3-2. Fastball called, strike 3. Stone dials it up to 93 and punches out Brendan Lawson. First K of the game for the right-handed pitcher. And there are 2 gone in the first.
Number 12, Cal Fisher.
Wonder if he could see where that was going.
He did only swing once after defogging the glasses. And that was the only swing of the at-bat. So 2 out, nobody on, and the right-handed hitting Cal Fisher steps in, the shortstop from Florida State. First pitch, swung on and nicked foul to the backstop, 0-1. Fisher has been a mainstay at shortstop for Brewster since his arrival to Cape Cod. Today was named a replacement to the East Division All-Star roster for tomorrow's game at Yarmouth Dennis. Stone's 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit on the ground left side. Lane fields between his legs. He guns a throw to first and retires Fisher 6-3. One shortstop grounds out to another. And after a half inning of play at Veterans Field, it is Brewster nothing and Chatham coming to bat. Duke Stone works a 1-2-3 top of the first. He retires Magpock on a pop-up, Lawson on a strikeout, and Fisher on a groundout. Nothing across for the Whitecaps in the top of the first. Chatham sends Jackson Freeman, Daniel Jackson, and Chase Freilich to the plate to start it off against the Brewster right-hander James DeCramer when we come back on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's, Chatham on TRC.
Been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed, or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Brewster nothing and Chatham coming to bat for the first time tonight at Veterans Field. And the A's started off with Jackson Freeman, Daniel Jackson, and Chase Freilich to face the right-hander James DeCramer. High above Diamond Side at Veterans Field with Hudson Ridley I'm Jake Klein. DeCramer makes his third and final appearance of the summer for Brewster. Just finished his freshman year at Oregon State and announced a couple of days ago his commitment to Arkansas, where he'll pitch his sophomore season in his first 6 2/3 innings in the Cape League, a 1.35 ERA. Right-hander winds up, first pitch to Freeman. Fastball misses just upstairs to the left-handed hitter, 1-0. Freeman will start in right field for the East Division in the All-Star game tomorrow. 1-0, drilled deep to right field. Magpok just watches it fly. Jackson Freeman demolishes the second pitch of the bottom of the first. He almost put it on a Depot Road in right. The second home run of the season for the A's All-Star makes it 1-0 Chatham in the bottom of the first. Hudson, he crushed that.
I mean, and he knew it instantly. The walk down the first base line was just swagger. He kind of leaned over the line while walking on the right side of it, holding the bat out, knowing that was gone.
So 1-0, and now Daniel Jackson steps up. First pitch, drilled toward left. Magpok sprints in. It bounces in front of him, a base hit. The second and third pitches of the game from DeCramer smoked by the A's. The Freeman homer, and now the Jackson no-out single. And we'll get you the Brewster defensive alignment, if the A's give us any time, presented by Short and Sweet Ice Cream. Adam Magpok plays left, Scott Newman center, and Ryan Martin right. Brendan Lawson at third, Cal Fisher at short. Dalton Wentz plays second, and Colin Priest first. Jacob Jarrell catches the right-hander James DeCramer. Runner on first, nobody out. First pitch to Freilich. Fastball misses inside, 1-0. DeCramer has allowed as many hits before recording an out tonight as he had in his first 6 2/3 innings. Pick to first, Jackson dives back head first. Still 1-0 on Freilich. Jackson 7 of 8 stealing bases, takes his lead off of first. Kramer comes set, 1-0. Breaking ball catches the outside corner, called a strike. It's 1-1. Freilich 0 for 3 last night. Worked a walk in the 8-1 loss to Hyannis. 1-1, upstairs, 2-1. He's been all around the A's order, and even more so around the defensive alignment. 2-1 to him. Runner goes. Fastball swung on and popped foul. Behind home plate, Jackson forced to retreat.
And in that defensive alignment, too, I mean, he's played third quite a bit, and that was a bit of a struggle for him. He hasn't caught in quite a bit, but that is his natural position. He's played more first than anything with the A's.
Has not caught in well over a week. Noah Miller behind the plate tonight. 2-2, runner goes again. Fastball chopped foul. Past third base and down the left field line. Jackson started to run and then stopped. And then once Freilich swung, he started again. Brewster catcher Jacob Jarrell popped up to indicate as if he was going to throw, although the ball never made its way to Jarrell. Another 2-2 to Freilich. Here it is. Fastball hit on the ground right side. Wentz fields, flip to second for one, relay to first, double play. Chatham hits into a league-leading 23rd double play of the season. And the no-out single from Jackson erased on the twin killing, 4-6-3 off the bat of Freilich. So from runner on first, nobody out, to nobody on with 2 out, and Roman Martin steps in. A's in front 1-0 in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Martin in the dirt, 1-0. Martin, the right-handed hitting third baseman from UCLA, as the royal blue stirrups peeking out the bottom of his white pants. 1-0. In the dirt, he checks his swing and holds up. 2-0. His jersey seems a crisper, deeper shade of red than most of his teammates. 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0 on Martin.
Maybe that's a good sign of well-done laundry, perhaps? They haven't had to wash them yet this year.
First Friday night home game of the season for the A's. 3-0 to Martin. Fastball clips the outside edge, 3-1. Could be just a newer version of the jersey, ordered after the originals.
They said we need a 21.
DeCramer's 3-1. Fastball upstairs, ball 4. It pops out of Gerald's glove behind the plate and rolls toward the backstop. Martin sheds his protective gear and jogs down to first ahead of Ashton Larson. A's have a runner on first with 2 out, ahead 1-0 in the bottom of the first, thanks to the solo shot from Jackson Freeman. And now Larson, the left-handed hitter, steps in to face DeCramer, the right-handed starter for Brewster. He comes set. First pitch to Larson. Fastball called a strike, top of the zone. Larson shakes his head as he backs out of the left-handed box. It's 0-1. What a gorgeous night at Veterans Field. Just over 70. The pitch, changeup down and away, a ball and a strike.
They give you a space in your scorebook to write what the weather is. Usually, you write cloudy or something. I wrote 73 degrees and beautiful.
I agree. Not as humid as the past few days. The pitch, popped foul over the press box above the third base side grandstand. A ball and 2 strikes on Ashton Larson. Martin leads off of first with 2 out. DeCramer comes to a set on the mound. The right-hander deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He chased the low outside breaking ball. It's the first strikeout for James DeCramer, and it ends the bottom of the first. But the A's get a run on the solo shot from their all-star, Jackson Freeman. His second home run of the year gives Chatham a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. After 1 inning at Veterans Field, it is the A's 1 and the Whitecaps 0. Duke Stone comes back out when we come back. You're listening to Chatham A's Baseball right here on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod. What I want, you got, and it might be hard to handle, but like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the flame. Yeah, what I got, full stock of thoughts and dreams to scatter, and you pull them all together, and I can't explain. Oh yeah, well, you make my dreams come true.
Hi, my name is Duke Stone from Mississippi State. You're listening to Chatham A's Baseball with Jake Klein and Hudson Ridley on the Cape Baseball Network.
Duke Stone takes the mound to start the second inning at Veterans Field, staked to a 1-0 lead by the Jackson Freeman solo homer in the bottom of the first. So with Chatham in front, Stone faces 4, 5, and 6 in the Brewster order, starting with the left-handed hitting designated hitter Alex Sosa. Stone nods, he winds up. First pitch of the second. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball, 0-1. Sosa, one of 3 primary catchers on this Brewster team, along with tonight's actual catcher Jacob Jarrell, and then Carson Tinney of Texas. 0-1. Fastball high and tight, 1-1. Jarrell is the new player to that group, just added a couple of days ago, and the backstory is pretty funny. Jamie Shevchuk thought he could get through the season with Sosa and Tinney as his catchers. 1-1. Fastball called a strike just above the knees. A ball and 2 strikes on Sosa. They had a third catcher, Drew Rogers. Jamie Shevchuk determined they didn't need him, so they released him, and Wareham, coached by Ryan Smythe, the former Brewster assistant, picked Rogers up. Stone's 1-2. Breaking ball, flied foul down the left field side and out of play. 1-2.
And that's back-to-back years now where Brewster has had an excess of catchers.
But then, just a couple of days ago, Sosa, at the plate now, tells Jamie Shevchuk he's going to leave soon. Shevchuk has already sent his other catcher to Brewster. 1-2. Breaking ball outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So he picks up Jacob Jarrell, the catcher from Clemson, who was draft eligible but hadn't been picked, and reached out to Wareham, where he played last year, to see if he could come back. Wareham said, hey, how about Brewster? They effectively traded catchers. Stone steps off ahead of the 2-2 to Sosa. And now the home plate umpire, Tony Letizio, gesturing down to Joe Labella at third. It's the left side umpire who controls the pitch clock. He's got the timer in hand. And now they're saying it's 3-2, which is not correct. Dennis Cook is out to argue. Tony Letizio lost track of the count behind the plate. And it seems Joe Labella did as well at third. So they're going with 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lined foul to the backstop. They seem to have manufactured a ball.
Very interesting.
Another payoff. Hit on the ground, right side. Gallagher fields in shallow right. He throws to first in time. 1 out. And as the kids say, ball don't lie.
Manufactured ball don't lie.
4 up, 4 down for Duke Stone, the right-handed Chatham starter. And he faces Dalton Wentz, the left-handed hitting second baseman out of Wake Forest. Asked Dennis Cook about what Duke Stone had improved on over the course of the summer. And Dennis said, well, Jay Powell works with him. You'll have to ask Jay. First pitch, cut on and missed by Wentz, 0-1. So I did. I talked to Jay Powell. He says the biggest thing for Stone is staying upright as he delivers and comes down the mound, not starting to lean toward the plate too early. 0-1, swung on and tipped foul into the catcher's mitt. It's 0-2. And Jay said when Duke does that and stays upright, he's real good. He showed why with his 2.31 ERA heading into tonight's start. 0-2 to Wentz. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 5 straight retired to start the ball game for Duke Stone. He picks up his second strikeout and there are 2 away in the top of the second. Strikes Wentz out on 3 pitches, all swings and misses. One nothing Chatham in the top of the second, and now with nobody on and 2 out, the left-handed hitting Colin Priest stands in. The pitch, right down the middle, called a strike, 0-1. A 1 pitch. Hit on the ground right side again. This time Gallagher dives and gets past him into right field, a base hit. It's a 2-out single in the second for Colin Priest. First knock of the night for Brewster. And there's a 2-out base runner. Gallagher, had he been positioned in the same place he was on the earlier ground ball his way by Sosa, would have made that play. It was hit almost to the exact same spot. But against Priest, he was playing further up the middle. The run was longer. He had to dive and couldn't get there. First pitch to the right-handed hitting Ryan Martin. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Low outside breaking ball, and Martin cuts over it. 0-1. Big, tall trees in left field, casting shadows across Veterans Field, but a streak of light across right. The 0-1. Fastball just off the outside corner. Noah Miller, the catcher, holds it out there for 2 or 3 seconds, but Tony Letizio says outside, 1-1. Martin, the right-handed hitting right fielder from Dallas Baptist, is 1-1. Breaking ball popped up. Right side on the infield. Gallagher jogs in, he calls for it, and he makes the catch halfway between first and second to end the inning. So Duke Stone works around the 2-out Colin Priest single. He gets Ryan Martin to pop out, and the inning is over. No Brewster runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base after 1.5 at Veterans Field. It's the Chatham A's 1 and the Brewster Whitecaps nothing. Isaiah Lane, Jake Hanley, and Gavin Gallagher come to the plate when we come back on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
Dream it. If you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
Isaiah Lane leads off the bottom of the second at Veterans Field. Chatham 1 and Brewster nothing. Jake and Hudson with you. The first pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt, 1-0. James DeCramer, the right-hander from Oregon State, headed to Arkansas. Out for the second inning of his final Cape League appearance. Allowed the solo homer to Jackson Freeman, the first batter he faced on the second pitch of the bottom of the first. 1-0 to Lane. Fastball catches the outside corner. 1-1. Lane set. DeCramer ready. 1-1. Down and away. 2 balls and a strike. 2 hits for Chatham in the first on the first 2 batters DeCramer faced. The homer by Freeman, almost onto the road beyond the hill in right field. And then a hard hit single by Daniel Jackson. 2-1. Fastball called a strike, outside corner. Lane grimaces as he looks back to the third base dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball popped foul. In the air, out of play on the first base side. Bounces on the grass just behind the first base side of the Veterans Field grandstand. And the count stays even, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Lane. DeCramer winds up the pitch. Fastball blooped out toward left. Magpok sprints over. It drops a foot fair down the left field line. Lane tears around first to second to throw in. Not in time. Isaiah Lane slides in foot first with a leadoff double in the bottom of the second. Chatham has a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Already ahead 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Brings up the left-handed hitting Jake Hanley. Did not appear in last night's game. A surprise in the lineup from Dennis Cook. First pitch, outside, 1-0. Hanley had been one of Chatham's hottest hitters over the last 2 weeks. Hit his first home run last Sunday at Red Wilson Field against Yarmouth Dennis. 1-0. Fastball grounded sharply foul off the backstop and into the Chatham dugout on the ricochet. 1-1. Right-hander DeCramer set. 1-1 to Hanley. Drilled towards center. It drops in front of Newman, a base hit. Lane had to hold up to see if it would be caught. He goes to third. Back-to-back hits for the second straight inning for the A's. They're on the corners with nobody out.
And Lane really wanted to go home. He took a very wide turn around third, and Brett Doe had positioned himself so far down the third base line because he knew Lane would turn around so quick. He told him, hold up, hold up, hold up. And Lane had to chop his feet and go back. But you know he wanted to try for home.
Kind of an in-between ball off the bat. There was at least a chance Newman would have gotten there. So Lane had to wait. By the time the throw came in, he was only barely past third. First pitch to Gallagher. Fastball called a strike, outside corner. 0-1. Chatham ahead 1-0. Bottom of the second. Nobody out and runners on the corners for the A's. Gallagher at the plate in 93 plate appearances does not have an RBI. 0-1. Fastball called a strike, right down the chute. 0-2.
If there was any time for number one.
He's got 16 runs scored, but none driven in. Runners on the corners with nobody out. The 0-2. Fastball called, strike 3. Gallagher strikes out on 3 pitches. And there are still runners on the corners with 1 out. Lane and Hanley stay put, and the 9-hole hitter Noah Miller comes up. Catcher from Michigan. DeCramer pitches. Fastball hammered to left. Magpok sprints back in front of the warning track. He's called off by the center fielder Newman, who makes the catch. Lane tags from third. The throw goes into second, and Lane scores easily. Chatham doubles its lead on the sacrifice fly and the RBI from Noah Miller. It's 2-0 A's in the bottom of the second.
Noah Miller really starting to figure things out at this point. In the last week or so, he's really had every hard hit ball he's had all season has come in that last 1 week span.
Hanley stays at first with 2 out. First pitch to Freeman. Fastball called a strike. Outer third. It's 0-1. It's the 5th RBI for Miller. The pitch. Cut on and missed. 0-2. He had his first RBI on the 3rd night of the Cape League season. A run-scoring single in Wareham. And now since then he's had 4. 0-2 in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes. 2-0 Chatham, bottom of the second. A run already in the half inning. Runner on first with 2 outs, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jackson Freeman. 1 for 1 with a homer. The pitch. Fastball laced left side and through into left field, a base hit. Hanley moves up to second. He stops there as Magpok throws in. Freeman's second hit in as many innings puts runners on first and second with 2 out.
Last night, Chatham had 1 run on 4 hits already. In the second inning, Chatham has 2 runs on 5 hits. When the offense is there, it's incredible.
And now a visit to the mound from Brian Del Rosso, the Brewster pitching coach. DeCramer, the right-handed starter, has allowed 5 Chatham hits in an inning and 2/3. Nobody up in the Brewster bullpen down the right field line during this 3-man meeting on the mound. It's the catcher Jacob Jarrell, the pitching coach Del Rosso, and the pitcher DeCramer. Mound visit over. Del Rosso walks back to the hill as DeCramer takes off his navy blue hat and stares to the sky. Walks around back of the mound and takes the hill again, ready to face Daniel Jackson. Runners on first and second with 2 out. Chatham ahead 2-0 in the bottom of the second inning. DeCramer comes to his set. Black glove pinned against the chest. First pitch. Breaking ball catches the bottom of the zone at the knees. 0-1. Right-hander sets again. 0-1. Fastball called a strike. Outer third. Jackson shakes his head and wanders out of the right-handed box. Steps back in, taps the plate twice with his bat. Ready for the 0-2 pitch from James DeCramer. The righty pitches. Up and away on the fastball. 1-2. DeCramer had entered the day with just 1 run allowed in 6 2/3 innings. He's allowed 2 in the first inning and 2/3 today. 1-2. Popped foul in the air behind home plate and out of play. Slightly offset toward the first base side, and Jackson stays alive at the plate. Tony Letizio, the home plate umpire, brushes off home plate. It didn't really seem dirty, but he brushed it anyway. Now returns behind the catcher, Jarrell. And another 1-2 on the way. Fastball grounded into center field, a base hit. Hanley storms around third. The throw in from Newman goes to third. Hanley scores on the RBI single from Daniel Jackson. Chatham makes it 3-0 in the bottom of the second. 6 hits and only 5 outs recorded by DeCramer.
And it's wild, day to day, how this can just look like a different team in the blink of an eye.
Freeman up to second and Jackson on first. Still 2 out. And the left-handed hitting Chase Fralick stands in. Right against left, the pitch. Breaking ball smashed foul down the left field line. That may have cleared the playground adjacent to right field at Veterans Field. Tough for us to see because of a big tree kind of shielding that playground, but off the bat, that looked home run distance. Oh, 1. Fastball just off the plate away. A ball and a strike. Kind of feels like the 4th inning last night at Veterans Field for Hyannis. An early lead, but nothing unmanageable. But 1 pitch away from that changing. 1-1 is outside. 2 balls and a strike on the left-handed hitting Chase Fralick. Has not homered yet in his Cape League tenure. DeCramer comes set again. 2-1, the pitch. Downstairs, 3-1. Now there's a right-hander up in the Brewster pen. As the Whitecaps get early action going. Not the start they imagine for DeCramer. 3-0 Chatham, bottom 2. The 3-1. Fastball punched foul. In the air, left side and out of play. Count goes full. Nate Britton, the Wake Forest right-hander, is the pitcher throwing down the right field line for Brewster. Runners will be on the move. They're on first and second with 2 out. The 3-2. Fastball grounded left side. Fisher charges from behind second. He throws to first in time to end the inning. Fralick grounds out for the 2nd time today, but Chatham pads the lead. 2 A's runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Chatham makes it 3-0 after 2 at Veterans Field, all over Brewster. Can Duke Stone keep cruising on the mound? Find out on the other side on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Offering 0% for 60 months on CAT's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
In the dark, it's raining in the park, but meantime, south of the river, you stop and you hold everything. A band is blowing Dixie, double fall time. You feel alright when you hear the music ring. Well, now you step inside.
Back for the 3rd at Veterans Field. Chatham in front of Brewster, 3-0. But the A's in search of jumping back into the Cape League playoff picture before the All-Star break this weekend. Right-hander Duke Stone takes the mound again for his 3rd inning. And he faces the Brewster 8-hole hitter, right-handed hitting catcher Jacob Gerald. First pitch, breaking ball called a strike, inside corner, 0-1. Stone threw just 26 pitches across the first 2 innings. 1 hit allowed, a 2-out single in the second to Colin Priest. 0-1. Breaking ball ducks down and away. Check swing, appeal to first, and no swing, according to Jeff Kinney. 6 Chatham hits in the first 2 innings against the Brewster starter, James DeCramer. 1-1. Fastball called a strike, thigh high on the right-handed hitter. A ball and 2 strikes. Stone ready, winds up. Here's the pitch. Upstairs on the fastball, just above the navy blue Brewster, across the chest of the right-handed hitter. 2-2. Jarrell is in his 2025 Cape League debut. 2-2. Breaking ball tapped on the ground right side. Fralick fields it on 3 hops, calls off the pitcher Stone, and steps on the base himself. 1 away. Jacob Jarrell grounds out to first in his first Cape League at bat of the summer, and it brings up the 9-hole hitter Scott Newman. Right-handed hitting center fielder out of USC Upstate, bound for the University of Georgia next year. Right-on-right matchup. Stone's first pitch. Fastball called a strike on the inside corner. 91 miles an hour. 0-1. Righty peers in, takes a deep breath. Now the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and popped up right side of the infield. Fralick scampers back. A step into foul territory. He makes the catch for the second out. He settled under it in fair territory and then drifted as he followed it a step into foul ground, about 5 feet behind the first base bag. Fralick makes both putouts in the top of the third. Now the left-handed hitting leadoff man, Adam Magpok, steps back up. Right against left. First pitch from Stone. Fastball hammered deep to right. Larson goes back. He leaps, and he makes the catch against the wall. Everyone in the ballpark thought it was gone off the bat except for Ashton Larson, who tracks it all the way back to the fence and right up against the wall, makes the grab to end the inning. Magpok lines out to right, and Stone works a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third at Veterans Field, and Brewster makes a Chatham Barzin call to the bullpen. 3-0 A's on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham A's on the air.
It's a Chatham Bars Inn call to the bullpen for Brewster as we start the bottom of the third. Chatham leads 3-0, and the Whitecaps turn to the right-hander Nate Britton. With Hudson Ridley, I'm Jake Klein. Britton enters for his 7th appearance. That's tied for the second most on the active Brewster roster. He's 0-1, and in 8 2/3 innings has pitched to a 5.19 ERA, 7 strikeouts to 2 walks. Britton, a 6'4", 200-pound right-hander. He'll be a junior next fall at Wake Forest. Faces 4, 5, and 6 in the Chatham order, starting with the right-handed hitting Roman Martin. First pitch, fastball up and in, 94 on the gun, 0-1. Martin walked his first time up against the starter DeCramer. The only free pass that the righty issued. 1-0, down and away, 2-0. James DeCramer went 2 innings and allowed 3 earned runs on 6 hits. A walk and 2 strikeouts as well for the right-handed hitter, and leaves in line for the loss. With Chatham ahead 3-0 in the bottom of the third. Nobody on, nobody out. Britton's 2-0 to Roman Martin. On the way, and just on the outside corner, it's called a strike, 2-1. Martin hit his first home run 2 nights ago in the 8-7 extra inning Chatham win over Orleans at Eldridge Park. 2-1. Fastball inside, 3 balls and a strike. Six of the first 8 Brewster pitches to Roman Martin tonight have missed the zone. Now the 3-1. Swing and a miss. 92-mile-an-hour fastball on the outer third. Martin took a big swing at it and missed over top. So the count goes full 3-2. Britton set from the stretch on the first base side of the rubber. His payoff pitch. Fastball grounded right side. Wentz fields it by his left shoe. Throws to first in time for the first out. Roman Martin grounds out 4-3. 1 gone in the bottom of the third. Chatham still ahead 3-0 over Brewster. And with 1 out and nobody on base, Ashton Larson comes up for his 2nd trip to the plate. First pitch to Larson. Fastball grounded right side. Wentz shuffles to his left. He drops the ball, picks it up and throws. Not in time. Larson legs it out. Wentz just took a couple of shuffles to his left. And again, as he tried to field it by his left cleat, this time it ran up onto his arm, trickled through his legs, and by the time he picked it up, his throw to first was not in time. It is an E4, first error of the game for either side, and Larson is aboard with 1 out. First pitch to Isaiah Lane. On the way from Britton, down and away on the fastball, 1-0.
And it almost seemed as if Wentz on the first ground ball that went his way was a little unsure. He chopped his feet to his right side, then leaned back towards his left. It was tough for him to field that one. The second one was even more routine, and that one was the one that ate him up.
Pick to first, Larson dives back head first. Still a ball and no strikes on Isaiah Lane. Neither time did Wentz go to field the ball evenly between his legs. He was leaning to the left both times. 1-0 to Lane. Down and away. The catcher Gerald leans behind the left-handed box to grab it. 2 balls, no strikes. Lane hit a soft fly ball over third and inside the left field line for a double his first time up. 2-0, down and away. 3 straight misses from Nate Britton. And Lane has a 3-0 count. 3-0 Chatham, bottom of the third. Runner on first, 1 out. The pitch. Called a strike right down the middle. 3-1. Lane scored one of the 2 Chatham runs in the second. The 3-1. Down and away, ball 4. Larson moves up to second. Lane goes to first, on for the second time today after the first walk issued by the Brewster right-handed reliever Nate Britton.
That's his 21st walk of the season, too. That puts him in sole possession of 3rd place in the league, one behind Daniel Jackson, who's in second.
Dennis Cook said 2 nights ago in Orleans, Chatham's discipline at the plate drawing walks was a big part of the A's offensive success. First pitch to Jake Hanley, down and in, 1-0. That was about the only explanation Dennis had to offer about the difference between some of these nights where Chatham's offense explodes and others like last night where it goes quiet. 1-0. Breaking ball catches the outside corner at 89. It's 1-1. We've talked with some of the Chatham assistant coaches, Brett Doe and Taylor Sanagorski, about it as well. 1-1. Fastball outside. 2 balls and a strike. They've commented a bunch throughout this season that when this offense gets going, it's contagious. It's just who can provide that spark that gets it going. 2-1, down and in, 3-1.
And that's why at the beginning of the year, when Henry Ford was such a consistent spark for this team, the offense ended up being more consistent once they finally found a rhythm. Now it's trying to find that guy that on a night-in, night-out basis can be what Ford was.
3-1. Fastball grounded through the right side, a base hit. Larson comes around third. The throw in from right field is cut off, and Larson scores. Jake Hanley adds another. His RBI single brings home Ashton Larson. It's 4-0 Chatham in the bottom of the third. Lane goes up to third as well.
And Lane played it beautifully. When it hopped in front of him at first, he ran. If he kept on running, it would have hit him and bounced into him. He stopped, but it was also as Dalton Wentz charged for the ball. Rather, Colin Priest charged for the ball. It almost kind of got in between him and Priest and went through.
So here's Gallagher, runners on the corners and 1 out. First pitch, swing and a miss at a low breaking ball. It's 0-1. Gallagher came up with runners on the corners and nobody out. In the second inning, he struck out looking on 3 pitches. Still in search of that elusive first run batted in. 0-1. Fastball lined into shallow right. It dunks down for a base hit. Lane trots home. Hanley steams around second and goes to third. Martin finally catches up to it. His throw in is offline, bobbled by the third baseman Lawson in front of the Chatham dugout. Hanley stays put. But Isaiah Lane scores. Gallagher goes up to second. He drives in his first run of the Cape League season and makes it 5-0 Chatham in the bottom of the third.
And boy, that has to just be such a weight off his shoulders.
Chatham has scored multiple runs for the second inning in a row. Now runners on second and third with 1 out for Noah Miller as the Brewster infield comes in. First pitch, down and away, skips past the catcher Gerald and rolls to the backstop. Hanley sprints home and scores. Gallagher up to third. Chatham makes it 6-0 in the bottom of the third. And the Brewster infield stays in ahead of the 1-0 pitch to Miller. Britton comes to a set. 1-0 to Miller. Fastball jolted out toward right center field. Martin sprints over. He makes the diving catch in the right center field gap. Gallagher tags from third and scores as the throw goes into second. It's another sacrifice fly and another RBI for Noah Miller. Make it 7-0 A's in the bottom of the third. And if not for the great catch by Ryan Martin, the parade would have just kept on going.
I mean, my goodness, when it's hot, it's hot. We've heard it all year. In that same scenario, when the offense heats up, it continues to build and build on itself. 8 hits already. 7 runs on 8 hits. And we're in the bottom of the third.
Well, Jamie Shevchuk has seen enough. He comes out to the mound and makes a point out to the right field bullpen to bring on his third pitcher in the first 2 2/3 innings tonight at Veterans Field. Chatham is all over Brewster. The A's are up 7-0 in the bottom of the third, and another arm will try to stop the bleeding on the other side. It's Chatham A's baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
Oh woman, don't treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go.
That's right, hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
Now, baby, listen, baby, don't you treat me this away, 'cause I'll be back on my feet someday.
Don't care if you do, 'cause it's understood. You ain't got no money, you just ain't no good.
Well, I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go.
That's right, hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
Well,
Don't you come back no more.
what you said?
Don't you come back no more.
I didn't understand
Don't
it.
you come back no more.
You can't mean that.
And don't you come back
Oh, now, baby, please.
Don't you come back no more.
What you trying to do?
Back at Veterans Field, we resume in the bottom of the third. Chatham is decimating Brewster. 7-0 the Angler lead over the Whitecaps. We're only in the bottom of the third, and with nobody on and 2 out, and the Chatham order set to turn over again, Jamie Shevchuk, the Brewster manager, makes a second Chatham Barzin call to the bullpen. He brings on the South Florida lefty Edwin Alicea for his second appearance. Through 3 innings pitched on the summer, he has struck out 4, walked 2, and allowed 2 earned runs for a 6.00 ERA. Again, takes over with nobody on and 2 out. First pitch left on left to Jackson Freeman. Fastball called a strike, upper inside corner. It is 0-1. Left-hander Alicea, a Miami native from USF, the 0-1 outside. A ball and a strike. Lefty set again. Peers in against Freeman, who's 2 for 2. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Cuts over top of an 85-mile-an-hour sweeper. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alisea set again. 1-2 pitch to Freeman. Breaking ball down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The starter, James DeCramer, went 2 innings. The reliever, Nate Britton, only made it 2/3 of an inning and allowed 4 runs. 2-2 to Freeman. Down and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jackson Freeman. Nobody on with 2 out. Lefty, the payoff pitch. Swung on and nicked foul. Off the catcher's gear of Jarrell. It caroms toward the Brewster dugout on the third base side, and the count stays full on the left-handed hitting Freeman. He homered to start the bottom of the first, a solo shot that was quite indicative of the next couple of innings to come for Chatham. Also singled in the second. Another 3-2. Upstairs, ball 4. Alisea walks the first batter he sees out of the bullpen. The free pass to Freeman on 7 pitches. Chatham's center fielder is aboard for the 3rd time, and now the right-handed hitting Daniel Jackson comes up. He is also 2 for 2. First pitch, upstairs. A ball and no strikes. Jackson said post-game last night, his swing felt good. 3 hard-hit balls, including a solo homer to right center. 1-0. Fastball called a strike, outer third. A ball and a strike. Seven 0 A's, bottom of the third. 4 runs already in this half inning. The pitch. Downstairs, pops out of Jarrell's glove, rolls out in front of home plate, but Freeman stays put at first. 2 balls and a strike against Jackson. He'll represent the A's in the Cape League's home run contest tomorrow at Yarmouth Dennis. Says he's never participated in a home run derby at any level before. 2-1, swing and a miss. Big uppercut, and he hacks through a fastball, 2-2. Asked him if he had a strategy. He said, if there is one, I don't know it. Just go out there and try to hit home runs over the Red Wilson Field fence. 360 to the deepest part. 2-2. That one's hammered to left. Magpok sprints back. He makes the grab in front of the catch, in front of the wall in left field. Daniel Jackson almost had his second homer in as many nights. Instead, Magpok